This place was founded sometime in the late 6th century when Columban missionaries came from Iona, having set up their establishment there, and they came to set up a mission station on the banks of the Tay. From here they could evangelise this part of Scotland. Columba's relics were then brought here. A cathedral was built in the 9th century, and then this one was built. So it became a great centre of pilgrimage in the Middle Ages. In fact, Columba's the figure depicted in the middle of the east window in the bottom panels. Also in the east window is the Great Commission of Jesus at the end of Matthew's Gospel. Go into all the world and make them my disciples. That was the reason they came. They came in obedience to that, to tell people the good news. And journeys were a central part of Celtic spirituality. All of life is a pilgrimage. As you made your way from one thing to the next, there is no point on this journey where you can sit down and say, we've made it. We're always on the push to get to the eternal city, always on the move. They probably came here and went to their tasks with psalms ringing in their ears. After all, it's reputed to be the case that Columba came to Iona after a dispute over a book of psalms which he had purloined somehow. In the original use of these psalms in the Old Testament, you have to imagine some of them being used as a kind of call and response. Pilgrims coming to Jerusalem, and temple officials and the pilgrims would speak to one another in the dialogue of the psalms. Psalm 121 is a well-known one. I lift up my eyes to the hills. And you have to imagine pilgrims, it's called a song of ascent, coming up to Jerusalem, maybe going on their journey on the way home, and looking at the journey ahead of them, which was quite daunting. And off they went, putting their trust in God. The journey we make is a small one and a much less dangerous one in comparison to the journey those Columban missionaries made. But there are still journeys we have to make. Journeys of changing our mindset, our practices, our traditions. So as we go on this walk, and we stop at each of the places, we'll need to think about some of these things and think about our own journey, our own spiritual understanding, our own growth, and the church's place in all of that. So let's start with that psalm, Psalm 121, to begin our journey. I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore.